What's up, dudes? We're getting ready for week 11 of Sons of Han NASCAR 2022. We're going to do a recap of week 10. We're going to do an update on the league and a preview of what's to come in week 11. Let's jump right into it. Week 10 was Talladega, my personal favorite track, 2.66 mile super speedway. Hell of a race, did not disappoint. A lot of strategy came into that, some green flag pit strategy, not much, but some, especially in the third stage. Before that, there were a handful of cautions, guys pitting under yellow, but green flag pit strategy did come into play towards the end of the race as Danny Hamlin in that number 11 ran out of gas with 2 laps to go. He's got to be a little bit upset with his crew chief about that one. But on to next week. Let's do a recap. Bubba Wallace takes stage 1. William Byron takes stage 2. And Ross the Boss Chastain, our second repeat winner of the year after William Byron. I can't believe I'm saying it's him, but he's been running hot out there for Trackhouse Motorsports. He picks up his second win of the year. Well-deserved. It came down to pretty familiar fashion at Talladega, as about half the races at Talladega end with a last lap lead change, and that did not disappoint. That's business as usual at Talladega. Last lap, very exciting. Eric Jones in first place. Kyle Larson not far behind. Gets a huge push from the number 3 of Austin Dillon. Tries to make a questionable pass around Eric Jones. Ends up wrapping him up, causing a wreck, picking up Kurt Busch on his way. And Ross Chastain able to blow by all of them and get his second win of the year. That's racing, baby. Hell of a race at Talladega. Did not disappoint. Let's do an update on the league. Tom moves up to first place with Sly 1. Steven second place with Daytona 38. TJ falls to third place with Bobby La Bubble Potty. Carl in fourth place with 40 Guys, 1 Cup. And rounding out the top 5 is TJ Marmion with Checker and Wrecker. John, still the high points to beat with 258 points at Bristol Dirt. That's John with Joe Byron. Still sitting up top of the single highest point week, which is a $100 payout, essentially a free league. So 258 points is still the single high points week to beat. Let's look ahead to week 11. And it's going to be an electric one because we are going to the Monster Mile, Dover Motor Speedway. Speaking of the Monster Mile, this video is sponsored by Monster Energy. And we're going to need a lot of it down at Dover because we are going to be tailgating. We're going to be there for 2 days. A lot of us going down. So pick up some Monster Energy. Keep that tailgate going. It's a long race. Can't wait to be there. Our picks at Dover. To win the race, we're going with Chase Elliott, the number 9. His probably best track outside of road courses. He is essentially the road course king, always does well at road courses. However, road courses aside, Dover is one of his best tracks, if not his best track. This is a 1 mile short track, going to be an electric race. Last year, Hendrick Motorsports finished 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first time a team has ever done that in a handful of years. I want to say about 30. But Hendrick Motorsports pulled it off last year, finishing in the top 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chase Elliott, obviously, in that pack, in that number 9 for Hendrick Motorsports. So I expect him to do well again. I'm obviously being a little biased here because he's my favorite driver, and I'm going to be down there rooting for him. So let's go chasing that number 9. He's our pick to win this weekend. Our sleeper pick, we're going to go with Daniel Suarez. Again, a guy who's probably not a sleeper anymore. Last year, the year before, the same guys were winning every race. But you have guys that were always known as sleeper picks, couldn't get a handle on it, only did good at 1 or 2 tracks, couldn't keep up with the field for the rest and whatnot. But that has changed with this next-gen car. Guys are in the top 10 and top 5s where they've been racing for 10 years and never finished in the top 20 at those tracks, but it's happening. It's very exciting. It's an electric season. I expect to see more of that. So, like I said, the sleepers aren't really sleepers essentially, but Daniel Suarez is one of those guys that he's, a top 20 guy, I want to say, but this year he's definitely found his way in that next-gen car, especially with Trackhouse. Him and Ross Chastain, the 2 members of that team, have definitely seemed very comfortable in those next-gen cars, being able to figure it out ahead of everybody else. So I expect him to do well this weekend. Not his best track, but in 9 starts, he does have 5 top 10s. So if he can continue with his pace, he's had a little car trouble So finished at the back of the field in a couple races this year. But if his car does well and, he's able to keep doing what he's doing with that great team he's got, I do expect him to definitely finish inside the top 10 this week at Dover. Start your guys, make your picks. Any questions, reach out to me. Good luck, everybody. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.